Hey, Michelle, how's it going?
It's going well, Lindsay. How are you?
Good. Michelle, are you a spicy food person? Do you like spicy food?
I do.
Yeah.
Definitely. What about you?
Yeah, I've gotten to like it a bit more since I moved to Colorado because we have a lot of like green chilies from New Mexico.
Ooh.
We have pretty spicy food here, actually, if you look for it. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, that's good. So today we are going to actually answer a listener question about the word spice. This
cool.
question comes to us from YouTube. Would you like to read it for us, Lindsay?
All right. Yes. Don't forget, guys, we have a whole YouTube channel. It's growing fast. If you prefer to consume the show on YouTube, you can do that. If you go over and find All Ears English and hit subscribe, you'll get every episode in the same way you get them on the podcast. So this is from AOI. The listener says, "Hello, Michelle and Lindsay. I'm an English learner in Japan, and I've been listening to your podcast every day to improve my English." Love that. Love that.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's so fun to listen to your podcast. Thank you again. I have a question. It's about the word spice. When I was talking with a friend, he said it's a spice. Probably he meant something that makes something else more exciting and interesting, but I keep wondering if there are any other ways to use the word. I love your podcast and your YouTube channel. Wow, great.
Aw, thank you so much. What a good question. I mean, it's a spice. That's interesting. I actually had to look this one up because, Lindsay, have you heard someone say, oh, it's a spice?
I don't think I have, Michelle. I mean, maybe this is something new that the young kids are saying, right?
Right. Exactly. But when I looked it up, I mean, it is something, right?
Yeah.
I did see examples in the way that this listener mentioned, right? So like, the listener said he meant something that makes something else more exciting and interesting. So yeah, pretty much. But I just haven't heard it like this. So we're going to talk more about this in just a second. But guys, make sure that you hit the follow button or hit subscribe on YouTube, wherever you're listening to All Ears English, so you don't miss anything.
Yeah, and I think the key here is listening for context, Michelle. So someone literally could be saying, there's spice in something, or something is a spice. Like, what is cardamom? What is paprika? It's a spice. Or they could be using something trendy and slangy, like what it sounds like your friend was using.
Right. Like, Lindsay, do you cook with a lot of spices, or do you have a favorite spice? Or maybe a spice you don't like?
Oh, a spice I don't like. What is it? Anise?
Oh, anise.
It's like the black,
like licorice.
The licorice.
Like
yeah, I don't
licorice?
really
Yeah.
like the licorice flavor. No, do you not
I don't
either?
No.
No, that one I think a lot of people like licorice, but it's just not my flavor. So yeah. What about you, Michelle? Are you a spice person when it comes to cooking?
Yeah, I like to spice things up. I like to.
Wow, see what you did there. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I do. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I use a lot of paprika, garlic. Is salt a spice?
Oh, I don't think so. No, I think
it doesn't count as a spice, but I do use too much salt. Yeah, exactly.
Salt makes everything taste better. Salt makes everything taste better.
Yeah, I could be better about that. But like, I don't love rosemary. I don't, there's some that like, I'm not a huge fan of, where you taste and you're like, ginger's not technically it. Is ginger a spice?
I don't know.
like
I think
ginger,
I think it's in my spice rack. So right. It's a root, right? It's like a root, I guess. But you can make spice.
Learning a lot today.
We are learning a lot from each other. We need a little more information on cooking here. I mean, you shouldn't be asking me for cooking advice. I know nothing about cooking, so I don't know.
That's funny. But in the other context, right, where it's a spice, it could definitely mean something that is added that's extra special. So maybe like pizzazz or something exciting, unique, whatever it might be. So let's do some examples. And again, I will say that I haven't heard it used in this way, but I'm going off of what I've found other people saying. So these are my examples, but hopefully this would be what you would really hear.
Exactly. So her fashion sense is a spice. I'm always curious to see what she will wear. Interesting.
Or I have to tell you the news I heard. Trust me, it's a spice.
I mean, we have to have new slang coming out all the time, right? Because kids don't want to repeat the slang that their parents use. I mean, that's the last thing they want to do. So they have to make up
there's
new
a
things.
lot going on right now. Have you heard the 6'7" thing?
No.
Oh my God. There's something now where kids just go 6'7" and they like move their hands in this way. And like, but it's like going all around like wildfire. And like, I think it means nothing. That's what I've heard. It's actually no meaning. It's just like people like saying it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, they want to invent their own slang. They don't want to talk like their parents, right? Because especially when you get older, you get to be a teenager, you kind of like roll your eyes at your parents. At least I did for a while. That's coming for you, Michelle, I think. Here's another one. My husband dyed his hair blue. It's a spice.
So my husband actually did dye his hair blue.
Oh,
yes.
Geez. That sounds like a Dan thing to do.
Yeah, he has blue hair. It was for a charity event, but he dyed it permanently until it grows out.
Oh my gosh, until it grows out, Michelle. That's wow.
So
that's
the whole top
permanent.
of his head is blue. I mean, he has very short hair on the sides, but yes. So it is a spice.
That could take a while. I mean, are you going to any weddings this year? I mean,
no, but yeah, he did have it like that for a funeral. So that's
wow. Okay. That's
it's a little pretty funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, so but he's a spice in general. Gotta love him. So again, I haven't really used it, but it sounds like maybe it's becoming popular, and it does make sense. I mean, it does make sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of similar to, makes me think of when people say it's a vibe or it's a whole vibe.
Do you hear that? Yeah.
She's a whole vibe. Yeah. It means it's its own thing. There's something going on there. It's out of the ordinary, maybe, let's say. Right?
Yeah. Once my friend described my daughter as a vibe.
Okay. Yeah,
she's definitely a vibe. Whatever it means, she's, special.
She's got her own personality, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
I love it. Interesting. Okay, so there are other things that we say with spice and flair, right? So you said this at the beginning. You said I like to spice things up, right? I think when I asked you if you use spices, which is kind of a fun play on words, right? Making something more interesting or exciting. This is a great essay, but maybe we should spice it up with some personal stories. Right?
So yeah, you could be talking about actual spices. Oh, this dish is a little bland. Let's spice it up. Add some garlic, right? But it could also be used not for cooking.
Yes.
So
what else?
And then there's just spicy, which we talked about at the beginning. So it could be about the taste being spicy, but it could also be something interesting, exciting, even sexy.
Or what I really like is when something is like someone pushes back a little bit, like someone is a little testy, their personality is a little
you're
spicy
right now.
Oh, you're being spicy. Or sometimes when I go to the gym, the coach will say, "Oh, those burpees were spicy." Right?
So you'll hear hard.
That. Yeah. Spicy workout today.
I do hear it like that. I do. Yeah. Something that's like hard,
difficult.
like really hard to do. Yep.
I actually like that use. This is kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Right? So tell me everything. I need all the spicy details. You might also hear juicy details.
Details, right? Flair is another one. So let's see.
This is not with the word spice, but I wanted to add in a couple. So have you ever seen the movie Office Space?
Yeah, of course, with Milton and right.
Yes,
of course.
Jennifer Aniston. Remember how they have the pieces of flair?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
They're like, so they work at a restaurant and they have to, like, they have with their uniform, they have to have certain pieces of flair.
Okay.
And they have to have like a certain amount of things that they like wear on their uniform to like be special or show for maybe for the specific restaurant. I can't remember exactly, but pieces of flair.
We have to recommend that movie to our listeners, guys.
It's hilarious.
If you want to see a movie that is still referenced culturally, especially among Gen Xers and millennials, I would say, go watch Office Space. It's like a cultural icon of a movie. You kind of need to watch it to be in the zeitgeist a little bit still, I think,
right,
Michelle.
Right.
It's great.
Exactly. Like, the stapler, remember?
The stapler is the first thing I think about.
Yeah.
What's the line?
He's like, I was told I would have something like that. Like I was like, this poor guy is like,
poor guy, and the way he speaks, like poor, you just feel bad for him, you know.
Oh my God.
So, guys, go watch Office Space. Make that your project for the weekend. We'll call it your fluency building activity, right? Good.
Yes. Yeah. So
one more.
But yeah, flair could be like just like some like another word for kind of spice. So you'd say this place is looking a little bland. Let's add some flair. Maybe more for like seeing something rather than like, I don't know that I would be like, let's add some flair to this meal. Like,
and you might even catch a culture, like people might even be referring to the movie, right? If they remember that scene. That's why it's important for our listeners to watch these movies. This is the kind of thing that could come up in a reference, and you don't want to just be like, what are you talking about? Or two other people are laughing while you're standing there feeling silly. That doesn't feel good. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Flavor is the last one. We added some flavor to this speech with a few jokes. So just, adding interest, adding something that's maybe a little emotional or something, going to make people laugh, right?
So it's interesting because, that one, when you hear the word flavor, you think of food, right? What is the flavor of this? But it can also be used in this kind of way. So interesting how some food expressions can be used to talk about
that is interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I love that. So these are fun. These are going to add, it just makes it fun to speak English when we have fun words like this to use, right? Let's show it in a role play. So here, Michelle, we are talking about our friend's party.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun. Seriously, it was a spice.
Definitely. I love the decorations. The flair was amazing.
Yes, so much flavor. I'm glad she spiced it up from last year.
Now tell me the spicy gossip about George.
Okay, here goes.
All right. So here you're using the trendy new expression that all the kids are using, I guess, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. You should consult with a Gen Zer here, guys, just to make sure we're on track. These new things come up all the time. Aubrey can sometimes clue us in because her kids sometimes use these things. But I think language is always changing. That's the cool part. And we want to make sure we're adjusting our language for who we're around too, right? Like, I don't know if I would necessarily use this around my Gen X friends and my like older millennial friends, right? Because they might be like, what are you talking about? But sometimes they do span the generations too.
That's a really big conversation. It's like, sometimes you just were like, I could never say that because I'd feel so ridiculous. But then sometimes it does seep over into the different generations. Like my friend calling my daughter a vibe. Like, it's very interesting how it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. Like
certain ones do and certain ones don't. It's fascinating. And how do you know which one's going to go viral and which ones are going to just stay niched down to that generation? We don't know. All right, then where are we at?
You said I loved the decorations. The flair was amazing.
And then you said, yes, so much flavor. I'm glad she spiced it up from last year.
Right. So maybe the decorations were a little boring last year. So then you said, now tell me the spicy gossip about George.
Yeah, spicy is definitely my favorite word here because it can mean so many different things, right? Scandalous, difficult, having an attitude, pushing back. There's a lot you can do by saying something is spicy.
Right? Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, this is definitely fun. This was a great question from the listener. I learned something new today. Guys, if you don't feel comfortable giving It's a Spice a try, we gave you tons of other options that, have a similar idea. So, definitely see how you can work these in. And if you haven't yet, head on over and listen to episode 2522. That was what to say when you lose your train of thought. Very important.
What a human episode that was. I loved that episode because it happens to everyone in every language all over the world every day. We lose our train of thought. But what are you going to say? That's going to determine whether the moment feels awkward and disconnected or whether you feel connected to the person you're talking to, right?
That's right.
Good.
All right. Any final words before we head out?
Yeah, the final word is just hit the follow button, guys, on the show if you love All Ears English, and we hope to have more good episodes soon. We will.
All right.
Of course.
All right. Thanks for chatting with me today. Bye, guys.
All right. Bye, Michelle. See ya.